I called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator, it's because he is. It's because he is. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce. Because we have to ferociously push back on this. The thing that bothers a teacher more than anything is to watch a bully.
Is there something going on that we're missing?
Oh, there's a couple of things. First of all, whose balls is he hiding in his cheeks?
Yeah.
That's the first question I want to know. And I don't love the way he says, fierce.
Yeah.
Police car light breaking tonight. Governor Tim Walz just got torched on live TV. And the man holding the flamethrower was none other than Tyrus. This wasn't a debate. This wasn't a casual rant. This was a political demolition. Tyrus ripped open Walz's carefully polished image and dragged out secrets so messy they make a Minnesota snowstorm look like child's play. Forget polite sound bites. This was scorched earth comedy mixed with truth bombs. And by the end, Walz looked less like a leader and more like a politician caught with his hand in a cookie jar. Tim Walz explodes after Tyrus exposes his dirty secrets on live TV.
It's because he is. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce. Because we have to ferociously push back on this. The thing that bothers a teacher more than anything is to watch a bully, to watch this bully and to stop it. And when it's a child, you talk to them and you tell them why bullying's wrong. But when it's adult like Donald Trump, you bully the out of him back. This is a weak, cruel man that takes it out and...
Breaking news, folks. Turns out Tim Walz has more skeletons in his closet than a Halloween store, and Tyrus just yanked the door wide open. This wasn't just a rant. This was Tyrus going full scorched earth. He dug into Walz's past like he was searching for hidden Wi-Fi. And what he pulled out was crazier than a raccoon let loose in Walmart at 3 a.m., trust me. You're going to want popcorn for this one, because once Tyrus started talking, Walz couldn't hide a thing.
Is deeply part of it. That's one of the, I think it goes, and you can look at the reasons why we've had this sort of dialectic over the Me Too movement.
I didn't fight it.
This notion
I think
of
I could kick most of their...
What he's mad about is his own fault. He's mad about the image that was portrayed to him as the hunter and who did that? You did that. We just laughed about it because the one thing you can't do is you can't front. You can't floss. Those are two key words when it comes to manhood.
Before we dive deeper, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps way more than you think. Now, Tyrus didn't just roll out of bed, sip his coffee, and casually drop Tim Walz's name. He looked at the headlines, saw the mess, and finally said, "Enough is enough." And when Tyrus says that, it doesn't sound polite. It sounds like a WWE promo right before someone gets body slammed through the political coffee table. There's Tyrus going off on Walz, and the audience stunned. Not because Tyrus is loud, he's always loud, but because suddenly Minnesota's everyman governor was under the harshest spotlight yet. That friendly dad next door image started cracking like a pothole in a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah. A teacher snatches the bully's ass up. Yeah. Come sit with me. That's what I know. Someone's bully. Oh, you can sit with me for a while. And then I would lean on him. I'd bully him back. He's not a teacher. He's not a politician. He's a creepy guy who can't remember his speeches. I don't know what the hell was in the water in that White House, or was everyone on the same bad cocaine? But Kamala can't speak. He can't speak. Biden was so high he couldn't remember anything. Like, this is literally the dumbest administration of all time. Why is he talking?
It really is the ultimate clown show, and I said this in the pod. He's a clown without a...
That was the first punch. Tyrus didn't see Walz as the relatable small-town guy. He saw him as the politician who perfected the smile while slipping new policies under your door, routine, like a hotel bill you never agreed to pay. Sure, Walz's resume looks great on paper. Teacher, coach, veteran, small-town values. Sounds inspiring, right? Like a walking State Farm commercial. But once he got into office, the script didn't match the performance. That's when Tyrus started digging, and boy, did he find gaps wider than a Minnesota pothole. He roasted Walz's pandemic decisions, like how liquor stores stayed open, but churches were locked tight.
I feel bad for you. I would be furious if I was you. This is who you sent to troll me?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing wrong to get the guy from D-Team to come out at Family Theater and call me names?
Yeah.
Like, Tim, I would, if they were like, oh, Tyrus, man, ooh, tough news cycle. Tim Walz is talking about you. I'd be like, Old Timmy? I want to fight him. So.
And Tyrus didn't stop there. 1 minute Walz was for something, the next minute against it, depending on which way the political wind blew. Tyrus didn't just call it flip-flopping. He compared it to Cirque du Soleil. The guy performed so many backflips just to stay comfortable, he could join an acrobatics troupe. It's like Walz wants you to believe he shopped at Target, while being chauffeured there in a black SUV that costs more than your house. That disconnect was massive. And Tyrus made sure no one missed it.
My tweets, my DMs, like just one arm, and I just want to slap the He's so weak. He brings nothing. If you're gonna go after someone, man to man, hit him with a fact, hit him with something real.
Yes.
You don't have anything. And here's the cold part. If Elon called him up and said, hey, Tim, you want a job? He would take it. Because that's what spineless, he would, and when he was questioned, he was like, I was just holding him an account. You know, I respect him, and I'm so happy to be working for X. He is the worst player on their team, and they don't mind sending him out because
They're trying to get him off the table.
Yeah.
They're putting him out early so he can't be a factor later.
Because here's the truth. Politics today is pure performance. Walz has the look, the tone, the vibe, but Tyrus sees right through it. He called him out like a magician at a kid's party, exposing the trick everyone else is too polite to mention. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Walz's Minnesota Nice image started looking less like authenticity and more like a cheap Instagram filter. Tyrus shredded his handling of George Floyd's unrest too, painting Walz as the guy holding a garden hose in a 5-alarm fire, just hoping the wind might save him.
like Rachel Levine. Look, he has a sports coat and a zip-up sweater underneath. No man wears that.
I may have done that in the past.
Yes.
I won't now, Tyrus.
No, and one day somebody's going to explain what a corporate income tax is to these people. It's not paid by this. It's not paid by the corporation. It's not like a building that goes, I've got to pay taxes.
That's when Tyrus turned the sarcasm up to max. He didn't just say Walz failed. He painted the picture. Imagine a neighbor promising to fix your fence, then showing up with duct tape and a shrug. That's the energy Walz brought to leadership, according to Tyrus. And once Tyrus set that image, it stuck. Suddenly, Walz wasn't the relatable everyman. He was a contradiction in a cardigan, taping his policies together and hoping nobody noticed.
That's a big red flag. Whenever you meet someone and they have to give you their resume, yeah, and then as soon as they talk, you're like, that's why you gave me your resume.
Yeah, because it doesn't speak for itself.
You suck.
Yeah. It's like when people have their PhD on their Twitter handle. It's like, you know, this person's completely bonkers.
And their pronouns.
Yes. Are you mad, though, Tyrus, that, like, beards have been kind of co-opted by beta males like Tyler?
No, because
Watch what you
it's
say.
like all. Wait, hold on. Watch what I say. I will walk around, stick my hand up your back, and make you my puppet.
And Tyrus found his rhythm. He mocked Walz for sounding like the hero of a Hallmark movie, but governing like someone who forgot the script halfway through karaoke. Taxes? Same story. Walz claimed to fight for working families, yet those families kept staring at higher bills. Tyrus compared him to a guy sneaking into your living room to raid the couch cushions, then bragging that he's funding the future. Meanwhile, Minnesota schools kept sinking, test scores dropped, parents were outraged, and the teacher-turned-governor couldn't keep the ship from hitting iceberg after iceberg.
I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota. He's a sick puppy, that guy. That poor guy, I feel sorry for him. But they made
Law and order, another disaster. Walz preached fairness and justice, but the streets told a different story. Businesses boarded up. Chaos everywhere. Tyrus mocked it like a bad sitcom, the governor showing up to mayhem, clapping his hands and saying, "Okay guys, let's calm down now." Meanwhile, the chaos rolled on like Black Friday at Walmart. And when Walz leaned on his military background for credibility, Tyrus ripped it apart, calling it the political version of pulling out baby pictures during an argument. Convenient, shallow, and painfully predictable.
What do you make? Whoa, you got something there?
Hold on, before we do this, man, I got to protein up. Hold on.
chug. Oh, he's chugging it.
need more protein, Gutfeld. I got my protein pudding, my protein shakes, jerky if you piss me off, but this ain't enough protein for this segment, Greg. I gotta old school this story here.
Where'd you get that?
Then came the comedy gold. Tyrus painted Walz as the kind of guy who practices empathy in the mirror. Do I tilt my head 30 degrees or 45 degrees when I pretend to care? It was brutal. Walz loves talking unity, but Minnesota under his watch was as unified as a Monopoly game after 2 hours. Everyone's yelling, flipping the board, and storming off. Walz could roll up his sleeves and crack dad jokes all day, but to Tyrus, that was like a used car salesman putting on a baseball cap, still selling you a lemon, just trying to look relatable.
I gotta tell you, I can't wait to debate the guy. That is, if he's willing to get off the couch and show up. So, see what I did there? I gotta tell you, pointing out just an observation of mine that I made. I just have to say it. You know it, you feel it. These guys are creepy, and yes.
By the end, Tyrus stripped Walz's image bare. Minnesota nice gone. What was left looked like the same old politics, just wrapped in plaid instead of a suit. The audience wasn't just laughing. They were nodding along because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. The contradictions pile up, the irony stacks higher, and the jokes make it stick. And that's when Tyrus shifted gears from roasting Walz to exposing the bigger problem. Walz wasn't just Walz anymore. He was the symbol of every politician who says one thing, does another, and expects applause. Tyrus compared it to a guy who lost the IKEA manual, but insists he's got it handled. Now the whole cabinet wobbles when you touch it, yet somehow he's still holding that Allen wrench with confidence. By the time Tyrus was done, Walz's everyman act was in shambles. What was left? Just another politician exposed on live TV.
Tim Walz, he joined Beto O'Rourke at a Texas town hall last night, and the estrogen levels were enough to give Chuck Norris menstrual cramps. I wonder, is our strength our diversity?
Our strength is our diversity. We've been talking about this for years as a country of immigrants, and we let them define the issue on immigration. We let them define the issue on DEI, and we let them define what woke is. We got ourselves in this mess because we weren't bold enough to stand up and say, you damn right we're proud of these policies. We're going to put them in, and we're going to execute them.
So, wait, you lost because you weren't